all our actions are born from the mind. Pay attention. If I do not think, then I cannot act. Here is my good friend Barbara from New Jersey. So we'll talk later. Very good. So you see that all our actions are born from the mind, and the mind is born from the real self, and the real self, that real self is born from what? Born from the mantra, the word. And what is that word? We say Om. We have fairly understood what Om represents. Om represents our real self, which is all pervading, which is all knowing. So now, can you relate it? Can you relate when I say in meditation the knowledge is revealed, knowledge of the reality is revealed in you? So it is already there inside. So now let us talk about, you have a valid experiences, practices, and the stories, real life stories. We normally say in our country, oh, it's a real life story. So there was a great master. It may interest Lara a little more. There was a great master known as Balmiki. Balmiki. So he, as a young boy, he was lost in the forest, and then his foster parents were hunters. He became a robber. He became a robber. Even, I believe Jerry also knows it, and those who are in yoga, they know it. So what happened? There was another master, Narada, who was perfect in this Om meditation, who approached him. And he said, nobody is going to take your sins. Nobody is going to take your sins. Better you start practicing mantra. And the mantra was Rama, like Om. Now you see, you reverse these two syllables. What it becomes? Mara or Mara. So Mara is also a word in Pali in Buddhism. That means death, dead. And Rama means the one that permeates, that is all pervading, pure consciousness. Now see the word. Mara, Rama. Mara, Rama. Mara and Rama. And then what happened? He was a great seeker. He continued meditation on Rama, but he was uttering Mara, 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 Mara. So when you do it faster, it sounds like Rama, 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 Mara, 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 Mara. You see that? When you start with the Mara, Mara, it sounds like Rama. But Narada explained the meaning. Now see, what is very important that we have studied earlier, that this every mantra must be understood with its meaning. And in doing meditation on any japa, what is known as japa and mantra, mind must be focused on the meaning. If you are not focused on the meaning, then you don't get a result. He continued practicing at least for 5 or 6 years. So two things happened. All the violence in him, all the reaction in him. Sometimes people say that, I can't stop reacting to the people. You are a great person. That's why you cannot stop reacting to the other people. But when you do this meditation, it will go away. But regular practice is required. Regular practice. So he continued for couple of years. So symbolically, it said that his body, you need not to force the body to be steady. His body became so steady for years, for weeks and months together. So symbolically, it is said that a white ant used to make their home on his body. So, so abode of white ant is known as Balmiki. That's why his name became Balmiki. But that is one part of it. He became the first original poet in Sanskrit and wrote a great book, Ramayana, that explains yoga and meditation in stories almost around 3,000 years ago. So you see that what happens when you practice meditation, the knowledge is revealed. His verses, he wrote Ramayana, which contains, I think, 23 or 24,000 verses, 48,000 lines, an epic poet. Power of meditation. And especially now coming to Om meditation, there is another way. We have done one practice and we will be doing the second practice today. So what is this meditation? In one of the Upanishad, I remember, I will tell you the name of the Upanishad. It's not required also. We are doing practically. So according to that Upanishad, it says there are 4 levels of the sound. But this time, the first level should be Om, Om. So you are doing it with awareness. Om, Om, Om. You recognize the space in between, and in the space between the two Om, there is no thought. So you are aware and alert. You are not doing quick, fast, and loud, but you are doing Om, 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 Om. That is the first one. Second one, you do the whispering. Om has to be done whispering. So when you do whisper Om, that means Upanshu. So one is known as Vaikhari in the same way, and the second one is known as Upanshu. Now see that a little more explanation, and in a very simple. When I say Om, Om, tongue, one sense organ, body, that is also employed. Listening is also there. The ear is also engaged. Tongue is also engaged. And the mind is engaged in the meaning inside the forehead. But in whispering, it is to be done with a long breath. My master used to speak. Later on, I realized with that whispering Om, you see the vibrations all around your face and inside the forehead. So you have to whisper Om in that way. That helps the mind to withdraw inside. So that is the second way. What we have done last week, that is totally different. And here it is totally different. Upansu. Then the third one is the longer Om without the help of the breath in the body. You are totally mentally you are doing Om. In the previous one, we were simply doing Om, Om, Om. So that becomes Manasik. Jab Manasik means mental. So first is Vaikhari, second is Upanshu, third is Mansik, and the fourth Huh? Fourth, now you are not doing the longer one. Fourth one, you are dropping Om into the space inside the forehead. Remember, if the mind is not withdrawn inside, the mind is not paying attention deep inside the forehead or any place inside the body, huh, the benefit will not be there. It simply becomes habitual. It becomes habitual. And if it becomes habitual, then it will not bring any result. What happens? That is most important. So, first, in the next sutra, the Patanjali says if you are doing a regular practice, especially all your diseases, he uses vyadhi. Vyadhi means physical and mental sicknesses will go away. And that is happening in a couple of people here. I could see that. Second thing, that it reveals the knowledge of the reality. So, what are those obstacles? This disease is also known as obstacles. So, Patanjali, later we will understand what are the 9 obstacles in meditation. If any one of that obstacle is present in your life, you cannot reach to the highest level. And once you understand those obstacles, you will find, yes, it poses a lot of challenges in our day-to-day life. Now let us understand a little bit about. I said this mantra should not become habitual. If you have a habit of drinking a cup of coffee, the mind in the morning subconsciously repeats coffee, 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 and ultimately you go to the kitchen and you grab a cup of coffee. So that is habitual. Is mantra meditation habitual? No. Understand that point. Your mind says, oh, this guy is a crazy guy. So every time you see that guy or a picture, you hear the name. So name gets a meaning second, but first your reaction comes. I don't want to talk to that guy. I don't want to talk. No, he's a wonderful guy. You see the habit? You see the habit of the mind? Huh? It comes naturally. So what comes naturally, it is habitual. I have to bring about a change in that mindset. I heard that a peacock, I told you, in Upanishad class, did you hear about the peacock? So one day the peacock came to one's house and he gave a little opium. So next day the peacock came back again for a want of the opium. That is the power of Om meditation. Once you understand it clearly, that this is how I have to do, and exactly when I chant the name of the Om, it has nothing to do with the religion. The way I say the name of Lara, is Lara IT expert? No. You see that? Knowledge, meaning, everything comes. Is Sam yoga expert? No. You see that instantly it comes to the mind. So can I become aware of that fact that we have learnt in few weeks of? Few weeks before. Om is all pervading. It is pure consciousness. So I'm aware of the pure consciousness. I'm aware of that knowledge deeper inside. So when that mantra is supported by Om, knowledge supports that practice. It brings the great result. And I told you also before that Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vishnumayeti Shabdita. O Goddess Durga, you are permeated, you are pervading as all power consciousness everywhere. I told you that I used to do those long mantras. So only single seed, single syllable mantra, but regular practice has to be done. Regular practice with the wisdom, with clarity of understanding has to be done. Here in Arizona, one of my great friends sent an email. Tell me which is the most powerful mantra. Which is the most powerful mantra? I said every mantra is powerful provided you are powerful. So when you are powerful, you become a seeker. Who becomes the seeker? Who understands what is real and what is unreal. It separates with reference to the Eastern wisdom. He has a dispassion. He or she is living in the state of the calmness, relaxation, and he is in the pursuit of his real self. So when you are that level of a seeker, you always succeed. So first, don't make a habit. Last time we did it quick, fast, and loud. So first step, Om, 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 Om. It is not quick, fast, and loud, but definitely it is. You don't allow a space between two Om. And that space you look inside your head. Second is whispering. Not very fast. So you pay attention. I inhale into the belly, then into the rib cage. So while inhaling, my lips are open. Exhaling. And now when I'm exhaling from the lips, simply bring both the lips together. Look at it. So now again, you have to inhale the next breath. Be calm. Don't be in a hurry. Huh? We are not going anywhere. So don't make a hurry. No, again. It is like when you are in love with your honey or with anyone. And honey means many things. So it may be a pet or it may be. And the third one is mental. So in mental, again, you are doing it longer one, but independent of the breath. Breath is flowing naturally. Mental, mind is working on the mind. Huh? As if the mind is working on the mind and you are doing the very longer one. Mentally. So here the lips are together. You bypass the body and the breath. You don't need them. The mind is working on the mind inside the forehead. And the fourth one is normal. Om, om, om. And the fifth one is doing nothing to see the changes. Let us so. Can we start? Yes, let us start. Close your eyes.